This man is definitely on the list. He is the Shadow King, Cheng Xiaoyu. Cheng Xiaoyu, a man who became the world's strongest with the help of a chi, is also one of the top 10 most desired protagonists in anime rankings. Just standing up, he's so handsome it gives you chills. This anime is solo leveling. Without further ado, let's get into the explanation. Cheng Xiaoyu was originally just an ordinary human, but 10 years ago, a disaster broke out in the world. Countless portals connecting to other dimensional worlds suddenly appeared, filled with various terrifying monsters. Humans could only be slaughtered by them. However, at this time, the magic leaking from the portals awakened superpowers in some humans. They were called hunters, responsible for raiding dungeons, preventing the monsters inside from invading the world. At the same time, the dungeons also contained abundant magic crystal resources. The country relied on them to develop technology, and being a hunter became the most sought-after profession. From the strongest S rank to the weakest E rank, they are divided in order, and our protagonist is the weakest E rank. Even when fighting the weakest goblins, Cheng Xiaoyu always ends up injured and hospitalized, but he never gives up in order to treat his mother's illness and support his sister. And today, the protagonist was assigned to participate in a D rank dungeon raid. The other hunters were mostly C rank and D rank, and they easily defeated the boss inside. After the boss's death, the dungeon should have disappeared, but this time something unexpected happened. In the originally dead-end boss room, a passage appeared, revealing an extremely rare double dungeon with an unknown danger level. According to the rules, everyone needed to retreat and report to the Hunter Association, but the team members couldn't resist wanting to gain more benefits. Ultimately, with the minority yielding to the majority, Captain Old Song led everyone into the passage. Not long after, they arrived in front of the boss room. The tall iron door signaled danger, but once everyone entered the room, it was an empty temple. Majestic stone statues stood around the temple, with the innermost statue being particularly large and eerie, making the protagonist shiver just by looking at it. Next to the statue was a stone tablet, inscribed with the 3 commandments of this Parthenon temple: worship the god, praise the god, and have faith in the god. Those who do not follow the commandments cannot leave this place. Before everyone could figure out the situation, the temple's door had already closed automatically. Seeing that they were about to be trapped, a D-rank hunter immediately panicked and wanted to leave. But what did he see the next second? In an instant, everyone was terrified. Are they supposed to fight these statues? At this moment, the protagonist suddenly felt a chill down his back. When he turned around, he was almost scared to death. Originally, the statue is the real boss. A few unlucky ones were instantly reduced to ashes, and Captain Old Song had an arm blown off. And such strength is only found in monsters of a D-level dungeon. A C-level hunter tried to forcefully escape, confident in his speed, and burst towards the door. But with just a blink from the statue, the man was instantly killed, leaving only a pair of jade feet. The fear of death erupted instantly, and everyone began to regret coming here. Only Cheng Xiaoyu noticed something strange. Clearly, the statue had the power to kill them instantly, so why hadn't it acted yet? Suddenly, he remembered the commandments on the stone tablet, and immediately had a bold guess. Seeing the statue's laser about to strike, he quickly shouted for everyone to kneel down. In panic, people instinctively follow orders, and sure enough, the statue withdrew its attack. Cheng Xiaoyu suddenly realized that this was a rule-based dungeon, and they needed to follow the mechanism to clear it. Kneeling was the first commandment. Worship the god. Seeing the devout people, the statue revealed a sweet smile. Immediately, the statue left its seat and stood up, its towering figure exuding a full sense of oppression. Next came the second mechanism, praising the god. But how exactly to do it? Cheng Xiaoyu had no idea. At this moment, a priest stepped forward. Being a devout believer in God, praising the deity was right up his alley. The priest knelt on the ground and began chanting. Yet the statue's smile grew even more eerie. Then it lifted its 400-yard foot. Obviously, the statue wasn't fooled by this and launched another attack, killing many hunters. Additionally, the surrounding statues were also dangerous, cutting down anyone who got too close. Fortunately, the protagonist wasn't paralyzed by fear. He keenly observed the differences among the statues, and noticed that the statues holding weapons would attack people, but those holding musical instruments did not move. So, he immediately instructed everyone to escape to the statues with musical instruments. Sure enough, when Old Song followed the instructions, the musical instrument statue blew the horn, proving these positions were safe zones. However, when the protagonist also escaped under the statue did not play. He instantly realized that the safe zone could not have two people at the same time, so he left the spot for the frightened girl and went to find a new statue. However, the gigantic idol had already set its sights on him with one step, but in his panic, he got the position wrong. The statue behind him was not a safe zone. As the massive shield fell, Cheng Xiaoyu's leg was broken. He crawled on the ground with difficulty, and the giant foot of the statue was already hovering overhead. Fortunately, he was only a step away from the safe zone, and just as the statue's foot came down, Cheng Xiaoyu narrowly escaped. The statue emitted a melodious song, and the god statue returned to its throne. The rescued girl, Jushi, hurried over to treat Cheng Xiaoyu, but due to the severity of the injury, she exhausted her magic and could only barely stop the bleeding. Immediately after, the third mechanism began. The statue raised its enormous left hand, and an altar rose in the center of the area, representing the final commandment, faith in God. Even the most foolish among them understood that this required offering a sacrifice. A hunter immediately drew his sword and pointed it at Captain Lao Song. In his view, it was Lao Song's misjudgment that led to the current situation, so he should take responsibility. Feeling guilty, Lao Song did not resist and resolutely walked onto the altar. But strangely, apart from a flame igniting, nothing else happened. Cheng Xiaoyu realized it wasn't that simple. He had everyone move closer to the altar, and flames corresponding to the number of people instantly ignited. Then the magic circle was activated, and a ring of blue countdown flames appeared on the perimeter. As the first blue flame extinguished, the tightly closed door opened, and the surrounding statues also